I feel like a lot of mother and daughter relationships are damaged because a lot of mothers aren't healed to the point where they can actually raise up a daughter. And sometimes some of their personal experiences and how they feel about themselves even just get projected onto their daughter. So it kind of blinds them from to see who their daughter actually is and to understand what principles and morals that she even aligns with versus just projecting and pushing everything that you're still on the hill from onto the daughter. So it brings a confliction because either the daughter doesn't feel seen or heard, and the same thing for the mom. So
I agree with the healing portion, and I feel like with some of that damage and brokenness, it falls onto the daughter. And when it falls onto the daughter, it just the mother starts seeing things in herself that she sees in her daughter. The daughter sees things in herself that she sees in her mother, and it's just a constant clashing. And then the scripture raise up a child in the way you should go. It just to me it shows like how did you raise your daughter, and did you truly take time to make sure that you were healed before raising your child, or even during the process of raising your child, making sure that you and your daughter can have that healthy relationship, that she knows what a healthy mother daughter relationship looks like and feels like, because essentially one day she'll have her own children and stuff. So I agree with the healing portion.
A mother daughter relationship, like any other relationship, requires a certain level of intention. And I think the mother and daughter tension sometimes is because I see myself in you. And that can be in good ways and in maybe negative ways. And being able to really navigate through that, because a daughter is their mother's or her mother's mirror. And so I think in order for that relationship to work, it does require a level of self awareness, a level of forgiveness, of honesty, of truth, and just being intentional about putting into the relationship the necessary things to build it and to make it stronger. I think there is this notion that the moment I become a mother, automatically everything else just comes into perspective and I just become this completely different person. And the reality is, I can only pour into my daughter what I have within myself. And so I have to be aware of the fact that there may be some brokenness, there may be some unchecked and unhealed trauma that I need to deal with so that I don't project that onto my daughter, so that I don't raise her and love her and relate to her from a lens that is broken and fractured based off of my own issues. And I think the other part too is, as a daughter, we have to remember that our mothers are human, that they are doing the best that they can based off of the tools that they have. So the mother's responsibility is to make sure that I'm cultivating the right tools, to make sure I'm doing the self work so that I can give you what you need from a whole place. But then the daughter has to be willing to have mercy and grace and forgiveness on the fact that their mother was a woman before they were ever a mother. And there may be some things that I'm working through. There may be some things that I'm trying to mature in. And having that understanding between the two of us will help us be able to build from a place of truth and not from this place of brokenness or drama or dysfunction or trauma. So I think it's just being very intentional, allowing God to be in the relationship, to do the things that maybe we don't have the capacity to do and that we need his help in, and to really just love. I think that's the biggest thing, is just to love accurately so that we can have the kind of relationship that God has for us to have.